You're listening to the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
She is officially making her Angry Marks Podcast Network debut. The lovely Chris Judd is our new host. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing tonight, Kev?
Oh, frustrated with this Raw.
Oh my gosh, I am right there with you. This was just all kinds of what the fuck is this?
Yes, absolutely. And of course we start out tonight's show with CM Punk come out, and he starts his rant, and Paul Heyman's there ranting with him, and then all of a sudden we've got a Dolph Ziggler.
For no apparent reason. It's all just, this entire opening is just all kinds of clusterfuck. You know, we have CM Punk ranting about, being attacked, and there's no respect, and then Heyman rants about how CM Punk's being attacked, and AJ attacked him last week, and it's a violation of what the board said, so she needs to step down, and he needs to be the new general manager. And then, all of a sudden, excuse me.
Yes.
And Vicky comes out. For Christ's sweet sake, Vicky comes out. And decides that if anyone has been the victim of the general manager, it's her and Dolph Ziggler, and it's all about her now, and Heyman's pissed off because, no, it's not all about you, it's about the current champion. And then Dolph interrupts, and no, it's all AJ's fault, it's all AJ's fault. And then AJ comes out. Because Christ knows we don't have enough people in this ring yet.
No, it's just the opening segment. We're still short like a half dozen players here.
Oh, at least. And AJ informs us that she has been placed on probation, and she's not supposed to hit anybody, but she thought that they might make an exception for a slimy, creepy, shady, greasy excuse for a man like Paul Heyman, but no, she is on probation and has an executive coach now to help her in her development as general manager of Raw. And then Daniel Bryan's music hits, and he comes out, and we're all sitting there going, what the hell is this shit?
Daniel Bryan's the executive coach now?
I don't know, maybe. But no, he comes out to apologize. Because it's obvious that AJ's mental issues have been compounded by the fact that he dumped her after WrestleMania. Because, after all, he is one hell of a catch. He's handsome, he is a former world champion, he has a great beard, and he's the tag team champions. He's the tag team champions, and of course, that cues Kane's music, so he has to come out too.
Well, Daniel Bryan is right. He is rather handsome with the beard.
I love his beard. It's great.
It is pretty epic.
Yeah, so then Kane informs us that we have all forgotten a very important fact about AJ Lee.
We did?
We did. She is apparently a phenomenal kisser.
Oh yeah, that's right. Kane would know.
Of course.
She put a scorcher of a lip lock on him once. I don't think he's ever forgotten that.
What? Somebody like that kisses you, I don't think you're likely to forget it.
No, probably not.
So then Kane starts shouting about how he's the tag team champions, and he and Daniel Bryan are shouting back and forth. And then CM Punk and Ziggler are shouting back and forth, and we're all holding up our belts and our briefcases and everything, and AJ flips her shit, as AJ is wont to do, and informs us that this is her show, and she is still the general manager of Raw, and what she says goes, and decides that our main event tonight is going to be CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler versus Team Hell No, which, of course, makes sense to absolutely nobody.
And that includes us.
Exactly. So we mercifully get to go to a commercial, and then we come back to a tag team championship tournament match. Kev, what do you think about this tournament?
Seems like a great idea in theory.
How well do you think it's going to work in practice?
I don't know. I mean, what's really surprising me is that, this new team of Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes is actually getting a little bit of shine.
I know, that seemed really strange to me. I watched SmackDown this last week, and, I think we all knew that they were going to win. I think we knew that the Usos weren't going to get any kind of push, but I don't know. I I think they make a good tag team, Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes, but I don't know. I'm not buying the tag team mess right now. I think we need to just go back, let the primetime players have their shot at the title, move on with our lives.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think that's the best thing to do. And primetime players, they're getting a strong push right now.
They are. They got to come out in their nice suits and sit up at the top of the ramp and watch this match between Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio versus Primo and Epico. Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio wearing like half of each other's clothes.
Yeah, how strange. I mean, they remind me of like a Twixt bar. You know, you got your peanut butter in my caramel. No, your caramel's in my peanut butter.
Well, you keep your peanut butter to yourself there, buddy. Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio, of course, won this match. I don't think anybody expected anything different. It was a decent match. I didn't appreciate the primetime players up the top of the ramp. What did you think?
I didn't mind them up there. I thought they were okay. They were minding their business, right?
Yeah, they were minding their business, but they looked ridiculous.
Okay, what's ridiculous about a guy wearing a three-piece suit and an afro pick in his head? Nothing at all wrong with that. Nothing
at all ridiculous about that.
And his partner next to him barking like a seal. But never mind.
Moving right along, the next match, Brodus Clay, Antonio Cesaro, non-title match. I don't know. I'm done. I'm done with Antonio Cesaro.
Really?
The guy comes out and he spouts off one word in 5 languages. And he starts with English so that we all know what he's saying. And meh. I mean, I'm sitting here as someone who knows at least a few phrases in 13 different languages. A guy who knows one word in 5 languages is not impressive to me.
So what are you trying to say here?
I'm trying to say the guy gives good Google Translate.
Alrighty then.
So, okay match. Of course, we all know that Antonio Cesaro is going to win, and of course, Antonio Cesaro does win. Ridiculously, painfully short match.
Yeah. I kind of expected a little bit more out of Brodus Clay, but...
But you can't always get what you want.
Yeah, he got the quick loss, and the Funkadactyls at ringside were really shocked.
They were. I don't know why. Apparently, the writers haven't informed them of what was going on.
Writers,
you and I and everybody in the chat room knew what was going to happen, but apparently the Funkadactyls missed the memo.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard for them to pay attention when you're riding drunk, so.
Apparently. So, we go backstage. AJ approaches Kaitlyn, who for some inexplicable reason is in her ring gear. AJ introduces her executive coach, random guy in suit. AJ tells Kaitlyn she has a match coming up next week, then offers what appears to be a very sincere and heartfelt apology to Kaitlyn for their falling out earlier this year, which she cannot, of course, maintain, and bursts into maniacal laughter.
Alrighty then.
So, after the commercial, we come back to... I was actually excited about this. I am a total JR Mark. I love JR. And
who doesn't?
We're going to do JR Appreciation Night, because we're in Oklahoma City, and we have to do that whenever we're in Oklahoma City.
Boomer Sooner, baby!
So, Michael Cole is introducing JR, and JR makes an entrance down the ramp, which is a little odd because he was at the commentary table all night. But they start talking, and then the music hits.
The music? Whose music could this possibly be? Who would have the audacity to interrupt JR Appreciation Night? It can't be Michael Cole because he's standing in the ring.
The same broke dick, rat fuck, whiny little bitch who interrupts every legend and has to whine and bitch and moan about how he's not getting any fucking respect.
Ah, jeez. This is starting to get old.
I think we have moved beyond where this is starting to get old. This is unmitigated bullshit.
Yeah.
This is absolute fucking bullshit. I can't think of any other stronger word to use for it. CM Punk comes in and he goes off about how he's the best in the world and JR's gonna tell him he's the best in the world and he demands respect and just on and on and on, and I am so fucking over this shit. He is acting like a petulant 4-year-old who is whining about how life isn't fair and he's gonna take his ball and go home. And when my kids were little and whined about how life wasn't fair, I spanked their butts and told them, you know what? Life isn't fair. Move on.
You're listening to the Angry Marks Podcast Network.